But in the South, where they say the game just means more, there's only one game considered the Deep South's oldest rivalry. From black jersey debuts to prayers of Jordan Hare, this matchup has had it all. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Here's a heat. Caught over the middle. It's Thompson. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Under pressure and down he goes at the 33. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Now find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
Back to pass. Looking for a huge play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And it didn't take long early in the game. That's the matchup everybody has their eyes on. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best DBs in the game. They're going to be going toe-to-toe all game long. That time, the defender comes away with an early win in the matchup. But the war is not over. We're going to see many more battles as this game goes on.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Catch in the middle, it's Pickett. They stop him short of the sticks and it'll be fourth down. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
To the ground with the back. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He'll run it again. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Buying some time. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the tight end. Got his man to the left. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hand.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Caught in the backfield. It's Henderson. There he goes. He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Kane. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Intercepted, number 19.
situation. No, no, no. Don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Auburn offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. To the air, it's St. Clair. Quickly to the tight end. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's caught. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
Slithers into space. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Under fire. He's going to run it. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
Let's see what he can do with it. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Using his legs, it's Frazier. Turning it on. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
The Bulldogs just got that huge run. They love another explosive play.
give to the running back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Might be changing the route. Looking downfield, it's Flagway. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like, they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Humphries. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! It's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Grabbed over the middle, it's Simmons. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Pickett.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. Wants to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Smith. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Auburn. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting the free 1st down.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Trying to seal the edge on the right. Got enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the air, it's St. Clair. Bringing the heat. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Well, that's just a miss by the quarterback. That's a simple slant route. That ball's got to be thrown out in front or put in the face mask of the receiver. Bad throw by the QB.
And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Pressure coming. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on 1st down. Extending the play.
And that's a live ball behind the line. And the fumble will go out of bounds. They'll lose a few on that one.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Throws to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. Godwin on the return. Returns it inside the 30 to the 29. And after the interception, they'll try to cash it in with a score.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Rushes on him. Got it in the middle, it's Thompson. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Wants to go up top on first down. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Makes the grab. It's Simmons. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. On the run, still looking. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. Wants to return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air on first down. Looking to buy time. Quarterback got it himself. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Georgia. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today. in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Makes the catch, it's Pickett. Showing off that weight room work as he gets across the 20 and up to the 22. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's White. And he's brought down after a nice gain. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Thompson. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Coming out with it, it's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll open the second half on the ground. Open space at the 25. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Bulldogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Flagway. Got a man, it's Humphreys. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Dogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Brown has it. Finding open areas. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Slings it downfield. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Hand off from the shotgun. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Quarterback keeper. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has first down.
Well, that is a gutsy play call on that fourth down. I think everybody here in the stadium, including myself, was expecting them to try to throw the football, but they ran it and caught the defense off guard.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Flagway. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Direct snap. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
This quarterback part of their running game. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dogs! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. On the ground, it's Cobb.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Completes it in the middle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds the tight end. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Grab near the sticks. It's Kane. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Defense in press coverage. Looking for a gap. It's Cobb. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Sends it back in motion. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it down the right side. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
That's a big-time completion. And guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
To the air, it's St. Clair. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Tigers! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. The give to the tailback. Shakes off the defender. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll leave it with him. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the 3rd period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Offense is now where they know one speed. Be aggressive. Go after it. Even if you got a lead, you see a lot of offenses do this and take shots and keep making big plays down the field. I like it. Keep it up.
The Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking to pass, it's Lagway. Fires to the wideout. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative. Or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. You know, I don't like the other coach.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Offense on the move. A big play there, gets it to the 30.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Bulldogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. On the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Hauls it in. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Working on the right. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the first down. A few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
A first down run on the doorstep.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0. The Dogs are starting to hunker down, and they are sinking their teeth into the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
Man, they're red and black going crazy. The fans going nuts, and Georgia has dominated this rivalry of late. Auburn fans are sick and tired of the Dogs, but man, they got to do something about it.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Kane. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. So here comes the Auburn offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
To the air, it's St. Clair. Quarterback on the move, still looking. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Gets rid of it. Can't meet the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Under fire. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Nice execution by the offense on 3rd down, understanding what they had to do to get the 1st down, pass complete, move the sticks, new set of downs.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Gonna run it. It's Cobb. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Let's send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. There he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They took it 68 yards on that drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Grab near the marker. It's Humphries. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Here's the pressure. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Throws to the back. Finds his man. It's Brown. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Looks as if he's going to run it. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. This time of year, when you're the higher-ranked team, you're getting everybody's best shot, and guys, they answer the bell.
There are head coaches in this sport that say nameless, faceless opponents. You got to be...
Gonna take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And this defense has put a game together. It is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Fires left. It's caught downfield. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play. It'll look nice in the stats column, but probably not enough to make a difference in the game. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Bright. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Timeout. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
Looking for a crease. It's Frazier. And they get him on the ground, and that's going to do it. Ball game is over. It is Georgia taking home the W in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.